Hello friends, Namaste. Good morning or good evening everyone. This is Lavanya, I live in Australia. I'll be the host for this session with divine blessings of Dr. Brahmashi Subhash Patriji and Swarnamala Patriji. Let us start our today's session. I would like you to welcome back to the Divine Breath YouTube channel. This is from Australia, initiative of Pyramid Spiritual Society movement. Please do subscribe the Divine Breath YouTube channel. So for the past 3 weeks, our Pyramid Master Sohana Dodle is narrating this book called The Power of Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. So let me give you a recap of day 3. So we are what we think all day long. So think good and good follows. Think evil and evil follows. So our subconscious mind does not argue with us. It accepts what our conscious mind decrees. If we say, I can't afford it, it may be true. But do not say it. Select a better thought, decree. I will buy it. I accept my mind. We have the power to choose. Choose health and happiness. We can choose to be friendly or you can choose to be unfriendly. Choose to be cooperative, joyous, friendly, lovable, and the whole world will respond. This is the best way to develop a wonderful personality. And the fourth thing is our conscious mind is the watchman out at the gate. So its chief function is to protect our subconscious mind from false impressions. Choose to believe that something good can happen and is happening now. Your greatest power is your capacity to choose. Choose happiness and abundance. Next one is the suggestions and statements of others have no power to hurt us. The only power is the movement of our own thought. We can choose to reject the thoughts or statements of others and affirm the good. We have that power to choose how we will react. What we say, we have to account for every idle word. Never say, I will fail, I will lose my job, or I can't pay the rent. Our subconscious mind cannot take a joke. It brings all these things to pass. Our mind is not evil. No force of nature is evil. It depends how we use the powers of nature, use our mind to bless, heal, and inspire all people everywhere. Never say, I can't. Overcome the fear by substituting it as, I can do all things through the power of my subconscious mind. Begin to think from the standpoint of the eternal truths and principles of life, and not from the standpoint of fear, ignorance, and superstition. Do not let others do our thinking for us. Choose our own thoughts and make our own decisions. We are the captain of our soul, that is subconscious mind, and the masters of our fate. Remember, we have the capacity to choose. Choose life, choose love, choose health, choose happiness. Whatever our conscious mind assumes and believes to be true, our subconscious mind will accept and bring to pass. Believe in good fortune, divine guidance, right action, and all the blessings of life. So this was a recap of our day 3. So with this, I would like to welcome our Sohana Dodle to continue our session. Thanks, Sohana.
Thank you so much, Lavanya. And it was a very good recap. And this is something that I love because after a week long, again, you just give a recap to get going with the flow as it is. So, okay, today in the last class, we were done with the chapter 2, and this is chapter 3. And the chapter 3 is all about miracle working power of your subconscious mind. So till now, till the second chapter, that we understood that in the first chapter we understood that there is something infinite within us, and in the second chapter we understood that that infinite thing is making us live, move things. It's the reason behind everything that what we do. And in this third chapter, it's all that going to be is it's going to, this third chapter is going to help us understand what it is actually doing, behind everything that we do is the reason that there is subconscious mind. So what it is doing, how it can move things. It has always been said that what you think inside is something that is outside. So just the way, how is that even working? What you think inside, how it is coming outside? So that's the biggest question. Maybe by end of this chapter we will get a very clear clarity about this. So let me just share my screen. And Lavanya, I think you should let me share my screen. Yep. Uh, Welcome back. So, yep. This is the miracle working power of your subconscious mind. And yes, your subconscious mind is enormous. So what does that enormous word means? What is actually your subconscious mind? So your subconscious mind inspires you and reveals to you everything, like names and facts, scenes from the storehouse of your memory. And the second one is, it started your heartbeat. Without your subconscious mind, subconscious mind is nothing but your soul. So your soul is the reason behind your heartbeat, right? And every baby, when it comes out of the mother's womb, it says that it's now the baby has got that prana or prana shakti, and which is something but your soul. What happens, this is all something spiritual terminology, but in the flesh terminology, it's your heartbeat. That's the functioning, what happens within your flesh. So, and the third one is, these are the physical qualities and the spiritual qualities what your subconscious mind helps in. So controls circulation of your blood, regulates your digestion, assimilation, and elimination. So when you eat piece of a bread, here the subsea, all throughout the slides, when you see it subsea, it says that subconscious mind. Just to avoid lots of space or wasting that, I've just made it subsea. So this subconscious mind transmutes it into tissues, muscle, bone, and blood. So whatever it is, there are many books even called Mind to Matter. Or, there is all the quantum physics is all about that. Matter, though you are in flesh, though you are in this physical body, your body contains cells, right? Your every cell is part of the matter. So then it's just that here the author is clearly trying to, okay, the author of this book is Joseph Murphy, and it's just that the author, such a beautiful way, he's trying to explain that when in a human being or in a living being, there is only in a human being, because not all the living beings will have a mind. So human being, when there is lot of discord or disconnection or no integration between your conscious mind and subconscious mind, and that is where it takes us into lots of suffering, and that is where it takes us into a lot of pain, into a hopeless situation. So these are the physical things that what actually we get benefited out of our subconscious mind. Again, let's repeat that. First thing, it inspires you and reveals you to everything, the names and facts. There is something called past life connections. For no reason or for some reason, we just get along with some people, new people. And there are some things, from the time you were born, there are, if you just do a keen observation, then you will understand not everything was taught to you. Some you have learned and some you already know. where does that is coming from? The storehouse of your memory, that is so called your subconscious mind. So these are the physical things. It's just that subconscious mind is something, yes, that's invisible, but it has these many things which is doing. It is keeping all these things into work. It is not visible, but it is doing lot many things. So these are something which are visible to us, right? The process is beyond the ken of the wisest man who walks on the earth. So it's just simply the author is trying to tell us is this process is completely beyond the understanding or the knowledge or the sight of the most wisest man in this planet. So this is something nobody knows, but everybody experiences, not consciously. And the next one is your subconscious mind controls all the vital processes and functions of your body and knows the answers to all your problems. This is true, right? Just now in the first slide, we have seen that how it controls your physical body and basic functioning in your body. And it knows answers to all the problems. And the author have even mentioned some of the examples that have people solve their health problems using their subconscious mind. So there was a person, and the best thing in that book was the author was also even appreciating the Indian doctors who have found the concept of healing with subconscious mind. They were doing many surgeries, chemo surgeries, and multiple most sophisticated surgeries. With all the surgeries, they were even using their subconscious mind power for the patient, and they were implicating on the process too for the person to get better. I mean, not just the treatment, but for the cure, because there are some things that we don't have cure for it, but we just have a remedy or we just have a treatment for those. If the person is going through multiple surgeries, some people have a lot of complications with their body. So for all such people, some of the doctors in India started training them how to use their subconscious mind after the surgeries. And till date, it's there in India or anywhere. If you see a doctor, you will know why doctor tries to help you counsel about the after diagnosing the problem in your body. He starts giving you solutions. I mean, he gives you medicines or medication, that's for sure, but apart from that, they keep telling us good words, don't they? They keep telling us good words. You have to do this, you have to do that. It's just that they're training it. But for the major surgeries, and there were some set of doctors who were just doing this in 1970s. So the next one is your subconscious mind never sleeps or never rests. And this is something we all know, because if your conscious mind, something called your conscious mind or your objective mind, it can rest when you sleep, but your subconscious mind cannot rest. Like it has nothing to rest. So what do we do for that, to give it some peace or to give it some relaxation? Because your subconscious mind is connected to your breath. Though you're sleeping, will you stop breathing? We don't stop breathing. We do it, but we do it with the little amounts. So just the way here, your subconscious mind, what it does is, for this to rest or for this to reduce its pressure or stress, we do meditation, so that the pressure or the pain or something that's forcing your subconscious mind continuously, see, it's good if you just feed it with what you want, and if you just feed it healthy, then it's good. But for every single thing, we have chain of things going on, right? In the previous classes, we were discussing about the thought management, and the amount of thoughts we keep releasing every day. While we do this, there is never that we thought about our breath or our subconscious mind. So most of the times our Guru Brahmaji Pitama Patriji Garu always kept on telling or keeps on telling that your breath is your Guru, right? Where does your breath take you? It takes you to your subconscious mind. So your subconscious mind, what it does is, it's already called scientifically as your subjective mind. It has all the wisdom, it has all the memory, your experiences. So it's just a wheel of life or a cycle of life which keeps on repeating in your mind to fetch things what you want with your present feelings and present emotions. So that is why it's important to meditate and to give some rest to your subconscious mind. Rest is something feeding it healthy. So if you do that, it is obviously going to work in the way you want to. And most of the time, we human beings confuse between our objective mind and subjective mind. And some of us, we don't even realize that there is something called subconscious mind. And half of us will have a greater confusion that our brain and mind is same. They're not same. Your mind is just an energy. Energy is always formless. Energy can take into the form into which shape it enters or into which object enters. So technically, our mind is in the shape of our body. It's everywhere in our body. However we are, our mind is like that. It's human long big. So it's not just a small element, but it has a connectivity in your brain from your pituitary gland, which is spreading it. That's an energy generation. Okay, it keeps on sending out the energy, taking in the energy, and it makes that shape full. And okay, sorry, I missed the slide. So it's always on duty, as we have discussed. Manifestation with subconscious mind. And this chapter, this was something that I really loved. So this chapter is something that manifestation with subconscious mind. So state the wish before the sleep to accomplish. I mean, whenever you go to your bed, however you think, whatever you think, it's been very well known to us that that is what it's been shown in our dreams, and that is how we dream in the night. If you think about something so much, and that is how it imprints. That's even been visible in your dream too, right? So just the way what happens is, when you know what you're thinking, that you can see in your dream, then it's clearly that you're doing it inside, but you are having it vision somewhere. So it's just that that's working. There is something in and out going on which is working. Then why don't you do it for things which you want? It's just a matter of experimentation. So let's just see. And I think I have further more in detail about this in the next slides. This power moves the world. Yes, from here, I think every word and every line is like so good. I mean, it's very meaningful. This power moves the world, guides the planets in their course, and causes sun to shine. Do you understand that? Whatever subconscious mind you have, or the subconscious power you have, and that's the power which is moving this world, guiding the planets. I mean, not just limited to Earth, it's universal, guiding the planets and causing sun to shine. When it is doing this big things, don't you think it can do your small favors in your life to make you live peacefully? It can do that, but it's matter of belief. So when you start believing, and that is when you start seeing things working. So okay, it's just that it's on your belief, right? If you believe and you start seeing that into reality, how is that even working? Because that's again your subconscious mind. Believing is a very strong expression of understanding something and wanting something. When you understand, and that is when you will have a clear idea what you want and what you don't want. It's just that understanding and wanting with some amount of intensity. And the next one, it's independent of space and time. So its capacity to render you free from all the pain and suffering, and its capacity to get the answers to all the problems. So be there what they may. So something we should understand that your conscious mind, your objective mind is dependent on the space and time, but not your subconscious mind. So when you understand this, when you understand the facts about your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, that is when you will know how to use and how to make an integration between those two minds to work on this planet. When there is no integration between these two things, suppose only your objective mind is working, then you will only be into this physical reality. You're limited to space and time. And that is when, trust me, for sure, we will be with a lot of anger, lot of fear, and many things. Because, I mean, many anxious things, many nervous things, because we are only limiting ourselves to time and space. We know time and space are limited in here. When we are connecting to them, we just limit ourselves. So when it comes to your subconscious mind, trust, okay, let's suppose thing you're only using your subconscious mind. Do you know when do we properly use our subconscious mind? While we are sleeping. So if you only keep on using your subconscious mind, it's just that we are sleeping in this awakened world where there is sun, where there is moon is happening, though there is a sunrise, and still we will be in the sleep. So it's always important, both ways, like Yashodhara said. Path of awakening together. Awakening together, everything is self-reflection. When you walk together with your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, and that is when you can consciously walk with every other people in the path of liberation. So you will have your enlightenment for yourself, you'll have your learning, but you won't avoid anyone, you won't avoid any things in this conscious world. This is just that, capacity to render you free from all the pain and suffering. What are the four noble truths of Gautam Buddha? What do they help us? The first one says there is suffering. The second one says you are unconscious or your unaware state is the reason for suffering. And the third one is there is a solution to your suffering to end. And the fourth one will be the solution for suffering, which is called Eightfold Path. So just the way, this is also the same. And in the next chapter, I think we have something given about subconscious mind, the message given by Gautam Buddha about subconscious mind too. So all these and many more reveal to you that there is a power and intelligence within you that far transcends your intellect, causing you to marvel at the wonders of it all. Yes, that's true. Because when you have power and intelligence within you, you are a god, right? That is what PSSM is very famous for. For every beginner or every person who is entering into PSSM, the first fact that the PSSM have been teaching them is you're a god. You're not just a human being, that you're a god. Every person who enters into PSSM will end up understanding that we are God. So all these experiences causes you to rejoice and believe in the miracle working powers of your own subconscious mind. So all these experiences, okay, when you use your subconscious mind, I'll give you an example for this. You will become the luckiest person. and that is when everybody says, why are you so lucky? You get everything you want. And this is what it used to happen with me when I was in BTech, I mean engineering. So I was in a women's college, technically. So all my friends, because yeah, if there is, all the girls together and, the girls to be women, and that was the phase. And we were very passionate because I don't know how it is actually going to be in a court or something, but in women's college, it's always been measured by not by your power, only by your ranks or by your percentage. So that is how we have been compared and being competitive. So whatever you do, end of the day, we used to be, the least percentage that we had in our university was 75. And that is how people used to just do it, because if you just don't do it, and they don't even care you as a person, at least. So it was like that. So in our college, I was not into internships, and because my parents are into business field. So I always thought about something that, okay, the 4 years of my engineering, I wanted to, simultaneously, I wanted to study and I wanted to work. I wanted to do internships. Then the moment once I get an idea, then I can start my own business. So that was the perspective that I had. So the moment I just, the first year was technically done in understanding how this curriculum goes and everything of engineering. And right after my first year, and that is when my pure technical courses have been started. And it was just the second year, first semester started. Everybody came to class and we just sat down. And I don't know, somehow I was just thinking, what am I even doing in the same classes, same attendance, every 1 hour there is one professor walking in and walking out, the other professor coming in, and nothing I'm getting out of it. So I thought I wanted a real experience. I want to go and work in a very big organization to know how it runs and how it works. And that is how I was thinking. I was in second year and there were placements going on for the fourth year students in my college. So somehow, as we had some free hours, so our HOD came to our class and she asked, I need set of girls here to volunteer in the placement happening room there. So she asked us, we all went to the walk to the auditorium, and there were panels. So all our seniors were just walking in and walking out, and we were seeing. And our job was to just give the resume of the upcoming candidate to the interviewer. I started observing what was he asking and what was he expecting from every person. And when it was almost evening 3:34, it was about to end, then I asked my HOD that, is it okay if I just go and get the interview? I mean, just a trial. Then she said, do you have your resume? And I said, okay, library is just the next block, so I can just walk there and get one. I went and I got one resume. And trust me, apart from BTech first year, or nothing I had in my resume, it's just my education background. That's it. The moment he saw, then he asked me, okay, I'll just ask you only 2 questions. Answer me 2 questions. So it was just that a basic questions he asked me, something from chemistry, which is the common conductor that has been used in the transistors. It's copper. Like the basic questions, he asked me 2 questions, and after that, it was IBM placement going on. Then he just took me in. All the 60 members who kept on giving and who really wanted a job, none of them he took. And from the IBM, I was the only person who was placed as an intern. So my position and my job was in Bangalore. So every week I used to travel there, come back, and our college was way strict. If they need attendance, and they need attendance for every class, and everything will be counted, because the least percentage itself is 75, and there are no proxies, nothing. Out of all 3 years of my engineering, I have not attended a single class. I still graduated with 75 percentage. Like that was my aggregate. Or else I would have done much more. But basically, in the traveling basis, I never cared about BTech percentage. After all those, there were people who were left out with lots of backlogs, and obviously, all my friends. And that is how it went. And nowhere my college restricted me. My college management, they were doing many hackathons. There were many champions, coding champions in our institute. But somehow I came out lucky. 3 years, none of them restricted. And they literally passed me. And, trust me, there were many internal exams I have not even showed up. For none of the mids, only for the external semester exams, I used to go because that was in some other college that I should go and write. None of my internals I have not written at all. But I used to see 25 and 25, 25 and 25. For what all subjects I've missed. And that's your subconscious mind. I was always ready. Whenever I get back to college, I used to go to the department and ask them, now I'm ready and I want to write the exam. You don't have to. And they used to just mark. And everybody started spotting me out, then why are you so lucky? You don't come to college and you just call it a life. You keep traveling and you do whatever you want. And it's just that the moment you start feeding it healthy, it gives you so much hype in life. So much. The only point is start using that in a right way. The moment you start pushing it, because energy can be transformed, your subconscious mind releases energy. That is how it is moving the world, guiding the planets, right? So it's so much energy. The energy, it has no form. It can be only transformed only into the shape that what it is there or what it is entered. So whatever thought process or whatever you impress on your subconscious mind, like discussed in the previous chapter, hetero suggestions and auto suggestions. Based on that, your energy will be transformed. So you will show the route. How do you show that? You are asking energy from your subconscious mind. But where should it go? For that, we need our conscious mind. Your conscious mind will help you tell in which way it has to go, for what we need energy. So both the ways. So for subconscious mind, we need meditation. For conscious mind, what do we need? The book clubs. We are feeding it, right? How your subconscious mind works and what is its power. It knows. It already knows. You don't have to feed it. For some of the interviews in here, what I used to do when I was running out of time, I'm a software engineer. So it's all about coding languages. There are many coding languages. And it's just that you can't keep on learning everything. But when you are in a certain field or certain position, what it requires, and that is how while you work, you learn. So what I used to do, I used to just um, power up my subconscious mind, awaken. I used to sit and meditate, and I used to be ready, like whatever question he is going to ask, my subconscious mind already knows the answer. So you should provide it. I already know how it works and what are the things, but I don't keep details on it. And most of the time, it used to help me. Unless and until you keep a lot of pressure and anxiety, that doesn't work. Just go and these sessions are helping me so much. For no reason, I just go without fear. I just go in front of the screen and I talk so good, and that helped me so much. And I've never realized the day when I started this. I just thought, why people are wasting so much time. But today, before every session, minimum 3 hours I spend in making points. I spend in summarizing things, and I have to put it in good BT that people can understand. And the whole point of this book session is just that I have to summarize and let people understand who don't have time to read. So it's just that you keep using it the way you want. But for that, you need to understand all of these. And the next one is your subconscious mind is your book of life. It has everything. It's like a whole Bible or Bhagavad Gita or Quran. It has everything in it. Everything. So it's just that you don't know, you're not aware of the power initially, and the moment you're aware and you don't know how to use it. And the third thing, you're failing to use it. Okay. Try until you succeed. Okay. That doesn't only work for your physical world, that even works for your subconscious world too. And this is my message that I actually wanted to give out of all is, don't, we be a lot of competitive in our regular world or physical world. We see people next to us or community or set of people next to us. People grow, then we start thinking, I have to grow and I have to be rich and I have to get this kind of job or this kind of car or a house. And just the way, don't you get that competitive thing when you see or when you when you hear about Gautam Buddha or Adi Shankaracharya or our Brahmarshi Patriji? Why don't we get that competitive factor? Why am I not fully aware like everybody? And that was the thing which pushed me. I have sacrificed, and I don't say I have sacrificed, but I have literally used complete 2 years of my life to understand and know things what all I've missed till date. I was just living like an idiot, knowing nothing, with lots of ego, with lots of pride. And trust me, you know, before 5 years or 6 years, I was in a stage, I was a lot of pride and ego. I was never, I never had a thought of being cooperative. Like, never. It was all dominative nature that I had. And that was blowing me off. And the community or the culture that I was in was just like that. Just like that. So that was too much. But the moment when I consciously met Patriji, somehow I felt everything was completely pushed out. And the first person that whom I have surrendered to was him. Till then, not even to my parents. I never surrendered. I was like that. I was so weird. And my parents, they actually run educational institutions. It's easy for them to deal with kids, but it was always a hard thing dealing with me. And every day, right after their work, and they used to be like, okay, we got to deal with this big thing. I was like that. Because I don't know, I always had questions in my mind. I was, I had everything, but I was not satisfied. I was never satisfied with the things that I had. I was always looking beyond, and I wanted everybody to be organized. Because yes, there's something good I can tell about myself is I'm always organized. I always expect another person also to be organized. If a person is not organized in front of me, and I even don't go back to kill them. And I was like that. But then later on, I've understood, okay, this is not the way, you just gotta understand what is this process. And, after the moment I've started my spiritual journey, after that, I've turned vegetarian. I was even expecting others to be vegetarian. After some time, then I realized I have no right. Everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own subconscious mind. When they start using it, automatically they start leaving something they don't want. And a drastic change that I have today, my parents, they are fully shocked seeing me. And every day, at least once I hear from my parents that, are we seeing something real? Like, something real. It's like that. So, and the moment I started changing, they didn't experience this physically, because I am away here in United States, they are in India, and they couldn't see this. And it keeps on going when you start using it subconsciously. Every day is a change. Every experience or everything, every action will turn into a change. So, in some of the classes that we have discussed, no counting here. When you keep counting, you stop living your journey. That's very bad. Okay. If you stop living your journey, like Gautam Buddha said, if you start your journey, spiritual journey, you can't stop it. Or else you don't have to start it. When you do that, what happens is you just awaken your subconscious mind only for a bit. For some time in that process, you have just awakened it for some. So every situation after that, you will be in a confusion not to know, or not, you'll be in a confusion. Like what kind of confusion it is? You will not know either to go with your ethics or with your rules. Where is the limit? To what extent I can do? You will have no clue. And that's exactly the hopeless situation you will fall into. And one of the Buddhist monk that I've approached, and he's a author of a book called Honoring Our Land. So he lives in Nepal. And because I used to know I wanted to know much more about Gautam Buddha and his things. Then I used to have sessions with him, one-on-one sessions. Then one day I asked him, I do lots of meditation. I do lots of wisdom. I gain lots of wisdom. I share lots of wisdom. And this is happening both ways. But why are some things are not changing it within me? Then he asked me, like, when do you meditate? Do you meditate every day? I said, probably I might not meditate every day, but every day I might gain some knowledge. Sometimes I every day I can't share knowledge, but every day I gain knowledge. Then he said, you're gaining knowledge. If you don't meditate, how you will know where to keep it and how to use it? So it's just that you do it every day, then you get it every day. You see the change every day. From then, I started doing it every day. Though you gain knowledge, you share knowledge, doesn't matter. Meditate every day. When you understand your breath is Guru, and that is when it shows your book of life. Every day, unless and until you witness this, take it as a challenge and sit in meditation. Start experiencing your breath. The moment you start experiencing your breath, and that is when you know. So when you write inside, you will experience outside. So yes, the authors have a very beautiful way of showing things out, which I love. So you have, yes. So when you understand the concept called new energy, which says, uh, if you have been present in the launching of New Zealand, the same thing, Dvija, right? Everybody needs a second birth. Why does everybody needs a second birth? It's just that this is duality. We are in duality. We have good and bad. We have two sides for everything, right? So what happens is, when there are two sides of everything, when you awaken your subconscious mind, everything will become one. Everything will become one. It's just like the objective and subjective, visible and invisible, thoughts and its manifestation. So actually, this is a completely another whole big subject, duality to oneness. But maybe end of this chapter, maybe we, after gaining all this knowledge, we will be able to relate this to that, because everything is connected. So, okay. Today in our meditation, let's actually try to do this 4 things, and this is what I thought of experimenting today. So I will explain you how this works. The whole subconscious manifestation works. So your thought is received by your brain, which is the organ of your conscious reasoning mind. Okay, so when your conscious and objective mind accepts the thought completely, it sends it to the solar plexus, the brain of your abdomen. So where it becomes flesh and is made manifest in your experience. So what happens is, in the previous chapter that we were understanding that your subconscious mind doesn't know joking. Everything you say, everything you think, that will be received. How will it be received? Based on your intensity. Where does this intensity come from? If there is only some little intensity, that is going to be a feeling. If it's not more than 50% intensity, it's even with your emotions. When you're always emotionless, when you're only with feelings, it's below 50. It might or it might not. When you're with emotion, it will, but don't know positive or negative, that you should deal with. So when you give it a thought, it is going to be received by your brain. Okay, and brain, okay, always brain will have your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is just this much, which is called your pituitary gland, and that is what it is connected to your whole body big mind, which is called your subconscious mind. I think I had a picture, but maybe after the class I can show you that how your conscious mind and subconscious mind and are related. And what happens is, I told you, right? It will, subconscious mind will give you some energy, right? For what? What to do that energy will be given to you by your conscious mind, your objective mind, which is located in your brain, right? So this, every authorized things, every authorized buildings, at the entrance, we need to be authorized. There will be a security, right? Your ID should be authorized. Just the way, how will your objective mind accepts the thought? The way you believe, okay? How much ever you believe, it will take it. You believe it 100%, it will accept the thought 100% completely. So it is sent to the solar plexus from there. Solar plexus is the third chakra right from your bottom. Third chakra, yeah, third chakra. Yes, your solar plexus is the third chakra. So where it becomes flesh and is made manifest in your experience. Okay. Solar plexus chakra is all about the connectivity between your physical reality and the higher reality. There are 7 chakras, right? So your solar plexus and your heart chakra are the 2 things. So if the solar plexus chakra is working so much, I mean your solar plexus chakra is active, then you will be actively performing in this physical world. If it's not fully active, I mean, most of the people in authorities, it's always been told, for them the solar plexus chakra will be open. Most of the people's in authority, ruling and doing these things, and that is the those are the people who have their solar plexus chakra open. So that's the entry to your physical body or this physical reality. So that is why your conscious mind is sending your thought to your solar plexus. It's the start gate to your body. So it takes it, then what it does? Do you understand something? when you give your thought, when a thought is received to your brain, where is your brain? Your brain is in between your Agna chakra and your throat chakra, Vishuddha chakra, right? So from Agna chakra and Vishuddha chakra, it's being sent to your abdomen, lower abdomen. It's just that solar plexus. So solar plexus is just that first three chakras are the higher reality, and the next three chakras are the lower reality. And for the first three, the entrance can be from the Vishuddha chakra, or the entrance can be from Sahasrara chakra. And for the physical reality, the entrance can be from root chakra, or the entrance can be from solar plexus chakra. So it's solar plexus, sacral, and root chakra. And there is something called which generates Kundalini after your root chakra. So this is how it processes, but I will tell you this clear process in the guided meditation after the session. So and that is the gate which helps it let it spread all your flesh and then come into this reality. So this is how this process works, and the moment maybe you might not understand right now very well, or I might not help you understand very well right now, but probably in the meditation we will do it very good, because I have really loved this process, like how this actually works. So your subconscious mind cannot argue. Okay, the subconscious mind cannot joke, subconscious mind cannot argue, because it's not a human being. It acts only from what you write on it. Okay, what you write, that is what it acts. It accepts your verdict, and the conclusions of your conscious mind is final. That's it. Whatever you give, it will take. It is coming into the world or no, secondary, but you give it, it will take. This is why you're always writing on the book of life, because your thoughts become experiences. Yes, there are many sayings about your thoughts saying that where are you? Wherever your thought is. So your thoughts become your experiences. So what is impressed in subconscious mind is expressed. Okay, this is a saying by a father of American psychology, William James. Power to move the world is in your subconscious mind. Yeah, just the way. When you have this big power to move the world, then why can't you move the small things that you have? Small things, your anger. First of all, I would suggest start using your subconscious mind to remove your negative faculties or negative feelings or emotions within your body or within your functioning. And after removing all of those, or after dissolving all of those, then you understand this will not happen in the certain time. You can't just give it a time, 3 months, 2 months, or no. If you right now decide that I won't be angry, whatever it is, for some days you will do. And there are many things that can push your buttons. And again, you'll blow up. But it will take years. For Gautam Buddha, it took 7 years long. But it's just that it's matter of a decision. That's it. You decide, and you know what is happening behind it, after it, then you will automatically do it. But once you start removing or dissolving all of these, you will end up being into oneness. What is left with you? Only positivity. At that time, whatever you attract will be positive. A person who is coming to you to kill you will also turn positive. So that's the power. Because it's moving the world, trust me. And these phrases are so motivating and inspiring to me most of the time. And there is because yes, as I told, I'm very power dominant person. So I always love when things are changing so big, and I love to see the changes happening. And yes, So the next one, law of life. Okay, this is also very important. So what happens in this law of life? Whatever you impress upon your subconscious mind, the latter will move heaven and earth to bring it to pass. So whatever you impress on your subconscious mind, okay. So it is again, it's just the same thing, okay. This will move heaven and earth to bring it to pass. Okay, let's put this in a very good words. Maybe you want an ice cream or a chocolate, for an instance. For that, it's moving the whole heaven and earth. You want a job that's just like an ice cream or a chocolate to this universe. It's that small because how many people are there? And one person, now you got a job, that's not enough. Every phase you need something. There is an upgradation. You need it, your spouse need it, your kids need it, and their kids need it when it's their time, and it's just happening. So whatever you ask for, it's just that much. Because universe is abundant. So it's just that how important you should understand the importance of your desires. For everything you desire, it is moving the heaven and earth to get it to you. Then how can you think about you're very unlucky? And how can you think about this world is not being justified to you or every other being next to you? So most of the times, whenever you are in a pain or suffering or something you don't like, or most of the times, let's go with the relationship things. Relationship doesn't mean only spouses or partners, but every person in our life, every person in our work, every person, we meet in our lives. Most of the time, we be very judgy. First thing. Second thing, we start blaming after judging. And most of the times, we just take advantage of things. Okay, if somebody is being nice and if somebody is trying to, when they made some extra food, they get, for example, when they made some extra food, they made it and they're giving it to you. And automatically, what you should do? Next time, when you have some time, you should do the same or help them in the way they want it. Because it's just the law of life. When it's moving heaven and earth for you, it will also move heaven and earth for them too. So, not just for you, for everybody. Giving it back. The law of cause and effect. Keep reducing it with your conscious mind. Things which you cannot reduce it with your conscious mind, use your subconscious mind. The past life things you can't right now act in it. Things in your past tense, you can't go back and change them. So for them, start using meditation. After that, clear your karma baggage. Karma is not a bad word, or karma is not a negative dominant word. Karma is something, cause and effect, the process of it. So release those baggages, the unresolved issues in life. Release them, don't hold them. So sorry. So when you keep doing that, you will be very clear, and just the way as we discussed, everything you get, then you will attract it with positivity. Just that is what the author is telling. Impress it with right ideas and constructive thoughts. Unless and until you hold all the negative baggage, trust me, it's not that simple or easy to do right ideas or to do constructive thoughts. You need to clear the trash out. Then you can make some space for yourself. And just a second. The reason there is so much chaos and misery in the world is because people do not understand the interaction of their conscious and subconscious mind. So sad, right? That's okay. We all are that. Everybody is that. Before Gautam Buddha, when he was Siddhartha, even he had no interaction. Everybody. But it's important to take charge. Every word I am speaking out, I mean it. Then every word you hear, you're hearing, do you understand that? And I just want to make this statement. I am kindly sharing my knowledge only for the benefit. Then you should gain the knowledge too. And when these two principles work in accord and concord, in peace, and synchronously to get together, and you will have health, happiness, peace, and joy. As all we have discussed, it's just that they have to be interactive. Okay, why are they not interactive? Because your subconscious mind says, be nice to people though they hurt you. But your conscious mind cannot do that. It holds lots of blames, it holds all the judgments, it keeps pushing it. Then it says, hey kiddo, you're so kind, don't be that. Everybody will stamp you, they'll blow you off. So that is how the lot of quarreling happening within us. That is why most of the time we're confused. In this book, author has initially mentioned that the most wisest man also doesn't know. So it's just that, okay, this is a rat race. When you know the start and end, there is no point of all of these. Everything is just one. You go with the flow. Life is not about competition. Life is all about cooperation. And this is the greatest message. I have heard it from my guru, but later on I've experienced it. I used to keep counting things so badly. I did that to you, I did this to you, and you did this to me. And most of the time, trust me, I'm 23 years old. In my 23 years of my life, almost 20 years I was alone. I was just alone. I never liked somebody or dealing with somebody. And I didn't wanted anybody. I was like that. But it's just that cooperation. If you start cooperating, it doesn't matter though you like them, you don't like them. There is no point of liking or not liking. Everybody is a human being, everybody is living their part. So you will leave all this, good or bad, like or dislike, everything. Everything becomes one, as it is, as they are. And first of all, there will be no judgments at all. That will be gone. There is no sickness and or discord when the conscious and subconscious work together harmoniously and peacefully. Yes. So the secret was as within, so without. So thankfully we are done. Yeah. I thought I might really go, but yep. Today I think I did it on time.
Yes, yes. It was quite an interesting session. So what do you want to do now, Sohana? Like a question and answers or like a meditation?
Let's do a question and answer first, and then later we can just go with the 10 minutes meditation.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead, Madhavi. Yeah.
Hi, good morning, Lavanya, and good morning, Sohana. This first everyone as well. Good morning. This is the first session I have attended this morning. Lavanya always used to post to me, and I could make it today. Thank you so much. It's a lovely book, The Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. I have never read the book, but I have really read clippings of it everywhere. It was really interesting to see your journey, actually. Thank you so much for giving us all the details of how you went through and everything. Just one question I want to ask. I know subconscious mind, you can give any thought to it. You can say anything to it, but our conscious mind becomes very reactive with emotions and feelings and things like that. Of course, meditation will definitely help us to get that in control. Is there anything else we have to do to control that reactive conscious mind?
Okay. Hi, Vanja. And this is a very beautiful question too. You know what? You can do it. But it's not as simple as meditation. It's just that you consciously you should start stopping it. Every time you do that, every time you end up in a hopeless state, it's a lot of energy draining. When you do such processes, it should be energy gaining. So this can only work with meditation, because there is, meditation releases lots of energy, first of all. So when it is releasing lots of energy, that is when you can, it makes simple. When you meditate, your mind becomes a plain paper. So you can start over everything, whatever you want to write. But without meditation on a clumsy paper with many this thing, you can't start writing something new. You yourself don't understand. So the only solution to this is meditation. Because I can tell you my example. Before that also, from since my third standard, I was going to sessions and I was listening to people talking and telling, but never I experienced it. There was no change in life. There was no change. It was good to hear good things, feel good types, but there was no change. But this really helped. It really makes your mind a clean white paper where you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's Madhavi, by the way. I think we all just got one.
Oh, sorry, it's Madhavi.
That's all right. That's all right. That's okay. Just wondered. That's lovely to your experiences. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madhavi. Yeah, please go ahead.
Can I ask a quick question? Yeah, thank you. Great session, Sohana, and it's really wonderful. I just wanted to clarify one thing. Like when you see the incident or when you look at the person, you get some kind of an impression, whether it is good or bad, right? So that stores in your subconscious mind, and you consciously trying to, if it is a bad one, trying to remove it by doing meditation. Am I correct? That is the way the process works?
Yeah, but it's not that. First of all, meditation, what it does is, the moment before meditation, the moment you see a person, you will have an impression. Impression is nothing but a judgment,
a feeling or emotion. Yeah.
Statement. Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
end up with that. That's a conclusion, right? So what happens is, that's before meditation. After meditation, there won't be any impression at all.
Okay, totally right.
So there is no impression. So you don't perceive it, and there is nothing to take it in and change. Don't even take it in at least.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Vanja ma'am. We have a question from Chandana. Her feedback is, it's a wonderful explanation with real life examples. Thank you very much, Sohana. I would like to know the tips to start using our subconscious mind in our regular routine.
Okay. Tips is, okay, everybody is unique and everybody functioning is different. situations are different. So for everybody, get started with meditation. That's the only thing I know. It takes a lot to make yourself understand. That's the major thing. And taking time for it is the another big thing. And sitting and trying to focus is the next biggest thing. But it's all that you should do. You should do that. And trust me, do as much as you need. In the initial days, probably you don't feel like doing. But the moment you start, first of all, don't expect any benefits from what you do. You're meditating, then don't expect something from it. Just relax. Enjoy that bliss state. The moment, the whiteboard has been erased, and just the way, enjoy that bliss. Clear your mind and enjoy that bliss for some time. Every day, do that for some days. And after that, you will know how it is working in your life. After that, as much as thirst you have, you drink water. Just the way, as much as you need, keep doing it. After doing it, once it's done, you'll not have to do it again. Do it in a stretch and complete the phase, complete the task. And you will know. Start asking your breath. See, this book is all about this. Ask your subconscious mind. Everybody will have a working faculty, the most dominant faculty. Okay, I can see things. One of the spiritual master can hear things. One can feel the energy. So just the way, start knowing what is your dominant faculty, which can help you. With that, start connecting. Start asking questions. You should ask questions to yourself. That's it. Ask yourself so much, as much as you want. Okay, that's okay. You will get confused in the starting days. But, okay, I was at a stage, I don't know what is the start, what is the end. After that, these days, from last 2-3 years, whenever I have a question in mind, I just sit and close my eyes for 5 minutes. I will have an answer. I don't know from where it just came, but I will have an answer. I can see a solution, or it for me, it's always visible. I can see somebody telling it to me, just like that. So start asking questions to yourself and start believing whatever is happening within you is real. We are not some super celestial bodies. We are normal and everything is normal. You can talk to yourself. So that is how you can just start building it within you. So, the other masters, like one mentioned in Nepal, to gain knowledge and wisdom.
So thanks, Sohana. So we have a few questions from other MS. Thanks, Sohana, for the session. Great explanation with examples. The text feels complex to practicality, but your explanation with examples is making it simpler. Maybe at the end of this book, can you share a simple to follow steps, maybe just few important practices to include in daily routines from this book or your experience to better use your subconscious? Probably we just covered it. The next one is, I think you have done a great effort connecting with other masters like the one mentioned in Nepal to gain knowledge and wisdom. When you say you gain wisdom every day, is that through reading books daily or by other means?
Okay. So here, the thing is, gaining wisdom is something that, okay, initial days, just to validate myself that am I on the right path or am I doing things correctly, what I used to do is, okay, I was always full of books. Okay, that's fine. So I always had lots of books, though I was for the last, 2 years back, that 1 year I was jobless. Though I was like that, I had full books with me. I was in a room completely locked and I had all the books with me. So what I used to do was, how much of a time I felt like meditating, I used to meditate. In the meditation, okay, this is also one of the thing that somebody asked, the saying that I keep getting thoughts. Your thoughts are also knowledge. Whatever thoughts you get in your meditation, that is also providing you knowledge. Okay, somebody can see, somebody, it will happen in thoughts. So just the way I used to keep getting multiple thoughts, because meditation helps to awaken your creative mind. I used to keep on getting new information through my thoughts. So when that was happening, what I used to do is, whatever thought I just got, I used to start writing it. After writing it, I used to read it 2 or 3 times. Then I used to pick a book which is related to that information and I used to start reading. And every day the new information I get before I start reading the book, and when I see that book or that information in that book, then I used to just keep it at mark. Okay, something I'm receiving is genuine, because I was checking what is even happening. Then from that is when, unless and until the book clubs, or unless and until sometimes when I feel, that is when I just take books, pick up books and read. But most of the time, I just rely on my subconscious mind. That's it. It has everything, trust me. Every author, whatever they have written is also from their subconscious mind. But what happens is, every time when we keep gaining from our subconscious mind, we can't remember everything. So whenever, we have read somewhere 8 years ago, 9 years ago, and now we don't remember it, right? So that is why when we keep reading books, every author talks about same thing. But in whatever situation we are, that will help exactly according to our situation. That will provide a solution. What do we need in that situation? So that is how the books help. So it's just that after reading the book called Buddha's Wife, I've really realized, like, reading books is important. It's very important. I have kept on receiving information like that, and then after reading this book, then I realized this was the information never I've realized, or never I received it from anywhere. So there are many things even that we don't know. So first, initially experiment, are you on the right path or right track, doing it correctly? What is right or wrong in this? It's just that, are you trying to be focused or not? That's it. How aware are you? If you're fully aware, then you start receiving it. So this is how you can do one thing. Both the ways. I use all of them, but sometimes I just relate. Thoughts and my meditation I just relate them. And next one is Chandana, says that I see a lot of thoughts, but are you saying by asking questions all these thoughts it becomes a clean slate after maybe? Okay, that's common. Okay, whenever we sit in meditation, we will have many thoughts. Many are thoughts. So after many are thoughts, what actually happens is, don't ignore your thoughts or don't push them away. If you can deviate your attention to your breath, that's good. But still, it's been poking you. And what you do, that's okay. Think as much as you can. Keep a timer for 2 hours meditation. 1 hour you want to think, keep thinking. After 1 hour, you'll be tired of thinking. Now we are not closing our eyes. Now we are not fully present. So that is why we keep thinking. Whatever we see, whatever we hear, we just jump from here to there. When you close your eyes, when you close everything, all your 5 senses, only your mind is focused in the spotlight, then you will know how many thoughts you're doing. Automatically, you know, this is something. Is this common? Can you take a gun and shoot a person, kill them? No, that's a crime, right? This is an internal crime. Keep on thinking, and that is how you react to yourselves then later on. Oh my God, I'm thinking so much, I have to stop it. Then you stop it. You should consciously know that. So it's just that in the initial days, don't force yourself. Keep thinking. After everything, let it think. After thinking is done, then you can get into meditation. Comfort it to that phase and then you do it. That's common. You're not alone in this. Everybody will be going through this. So I think.
So Sohana, so are you saying that in meditation, when they sit and when they're doing meditation practice, you're asking them to go on to the thoughts and see, or how is it, or with their open eyes in meditation?
In the meditation, when we are sitting in meditation, most of the time we don't concentrate on our breath. So what we can do is, you can have, some people are good with guided meditations. They like to meditate with somebody guiding, and that's a easy focus shifting. Somebody's telling you, then you automatically focus on what they're telling. For some people that doesn't work. So, but what happens is, when you sit in meditation, it's common. Your mind is clumsy all the day. You keep thinking so much. It's like no end. You're trying to focus on your breath, but still it goes on to your thought. It goes and comes, and that is how it will happen. And then after that, what you do is just close your eyes like that. In the meditation itself, start thinking. Let it do whatever it wants to. Give it some time. After some time, you will have a very strange, intense force from within you, saying that it's done, enough. Now it's time to meditate. So you can do like that. So because yes, you need to give it time, and you need to let it understand what's even happening. You can't just push it away. If you push it away, you can't do your meditation peacefully. So your mind is not fully interactive there. It's again quarreling in there. So some is, one mind is telling you to sit and close your eyes, and the other one is asking you to think about something. Subconscious mind is very patient, very kind, all the good things it has. So it will wait till your conscious mind shouts and shouts and shouts. And when it calms down, then that is when the process accelerates. So, yep, I think.
Sohana, so regarding you said that one has to be competitive. When you see Patriji sir, why are we not competitive at achieving that? So with that, I have heard some many people saying that, okay, why do you want to do meditation now? So we have come here to enjoy this worldly life. Otherwise, why would we take this worldly life? Sometimes even I would come across okay, we are doing meditation, but if you have to do in meditation, then we could have taken the life only in that way. Why would we have come here? But in a family life, having all this, you have to do a job, and then again you have to do meditation. Why is it needed? If your life purpose is only for meditation, okay, you said okay, after so many struggles, or one day you would get that idea to do meditation and you do it. But the question is why? If our purpose is to be in this meditation, then why would we come into this kind of scenarios and in this worldly life? It's not only one, everyone has this kind of thing. So what's your take on it?
Okay, so we have come here to enjoy. If you're not in that field, why do we have to meditate? We have come. From where did we come? And where are we even going? You don't have to leave everything at all. See, whatever process you're doing, this is just that enhancing an interaction between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. That's it. And out of all, you're being a good man to everybody. So yes, we see lots of injustice hyping the world, and most of the time we get these questions, people being up to their lives are fine and nice, and we doing lots of these things, and still we are like this. We are ascending dimensions. You took birth from third dimension. We are leaving this planet from fifth or sixth dimension. And that's the significance of meditation and the spiritual journey. So dimensions, that is all we matter here. If you now move out from this body, from this physical reality, with fifth dimension or sixth dimension, if suppose take it as sixth dimension, from third dimension with all the journey here, you move to sixth dimension. You left your body in the sixth dimension. Next time you take birth, you will take birth from sixth dimension. A better life. When you understand that there are lives, there is beyond infinity, you don't limit yourself to this time and space. This is not just one life. There are many lives. See, today we want something better for tomorrow. So this life, we want something for better, another life. Keep moving. If you don't keep moving, we keep on living in the same phases again and again. If you consciously don't take up the path, you will have to be forced to take up the path, which is hard. Situations demand. Instead, take it peacefully. Do it very peacefully. Because yes, we need something good, right? We don't like somebody forcing, we don't like somebody pressuring. If somebody gives us a very sweet word, then we are nice to them. So if life forces, pushes, and trust me, that's the very hardest part. Then that is when you realize, and that is when you will understand. Never I'm going to ignore this path. Never. Take up, you work so hard to get whatever you want, then why can't for this? Why can't you do these things to get some amount of clarity? If you understand the outer physics going on beyond this time and space, it's very easy to understand why are we even doing this. Not just one reason, there are thousands of reasons to do this. For better tomorrow or better further lives. Okay, so Gautam Buddha, if you take an example of Gautam Buddha, okay, I use him very so much in all of the examples because that's the story which taught me many things in the many different fields or perceptions. So Gautam Buddha, before his life, he was the father of Mahavir, Lord Mahavir, the god of Jain. So the god of Jain is Mahavir, and before that he took birth as him. So before that, okay, he had set of lives. So from as a father, Gautam Buddha had a father called King Shuddhodhan, who was always not letting him take this path. Just the way Lord Mahavir also had a father whose name was again Siddhartha, who was always never letting him take that path. But Mahavir, just like Siddhartha, he forced himself to do like Gautam Buddha. He did it. That was before Gautam Buddha's story. He did it, and then his father realized later, but it was already done. He was aged, but he wanted to do it. In the next life, he took birth as Asit Muni. After that, he next took birth as Siddhartha. 3 lives he took birth as a different dimension, ended into different dimension, again took birth into another different dimension, ended into different dimension. So it's like that. What happens is, see, when you want to enjoy life, when you just don't want to do all of this, when you're not fully aware, how can you fully enjoy? How can you just fully be up to this life? You know, these days, I just read one line of a book and that makes me feel so happy. And I was like, though I was given so much, I was given many luxurious things, I was never so happy or satisfied. Just reading a line and I feel so happy and I melt into tears. And that's happiness. That's fully living up to the mark. Everything you're living, everything you're doing, it's up to the mark. Nothing you're ignoring. You do fully. Trust me. And this is also the biggest change. Whatever you do fully. And I never had a pressure or a chance or this thing to sacrifice my life for 2 years or just be in this path. But somehow I did it. I just don't know. And all I was doing was meditating and reading books. And okay, though I was jobless, I had everything in my home, and that's secondary. So I had a very big TV. All I was doing was watching PMC. So much. Like I was just hearing to Patri sir's classes and sessions, and every day I was just hearing whatever he was telling. And after a point, how I just trained my mind, subconscious mind, in such a way that I am stuck up in something and I want to know about something, then what should I do? What next? Then sir used to give me the solution on the TV. And I was like, okay, this is good. Then I started doing it. In whichever work I am and whatever I'm doing, I just keep my phone on, PMC keeps on going. So it's just that when you're fully aware, you will enjoy fully. And if you end up your life as a suicide, because if you leave your body unconsciously, that's a suicide. And that has many effects. See, already what happens is from sixth dimension, okay, from sixth dimension is called Bodhisattva. From Bodhisattvas to Buddhas, there are some set of stages in between. Every dimension wants you to take 3 or 4 births at least. Apart from that, what all we have ignored, for that also we have to take births again. So it's like maybe 10 times in the same dimension. That's a lots of work. I mean, we are the poor students. So I just feel that. So it's all about that. If you understand about the dimensions, about the outer physics, and you will understand the answer. If you want to know more about this, you can go through 2 books. One is called New Energy. Okay, in Telugu it's New Energy. In English, in Telugu, New Energy by author T. Revati Devi Garu, and in English it's Creator Series by Tobias, Crimson Circle. These are like 2 same books translated in different languages. The other book is Path to Enlightenment, the whole life story of Gautam Buddha by Rohio Okawa. I can actually text you this, then you can just find out. And I think one of them I have a PDF. For Creator Series, I have a PDF with me. I can share that. So yeah, know about the outer physics and quantum physics, then you will have every reason. Okay, these days, I'm just 23 years old. So what all I do, sometimes even I will be also left out in a situation, why am I even doing this? But immediately within second, I will receive a message or an answer. Of course, for this, that is why I'm doing. I'll have just my old memory hitting me up, saying that you have learned in your previous days that this is why you should do. And my subconscious mind hits and it gives me messages. This is why you're doing. Okay, so don't stress up much. So it's like that.
Yeah. Thank you, Sohana. it's like it's this kind of answer which it says like awareness. When you have this awareness, you can live to your full life. It's really the one message which I could share to everyone who could say this, because whenever I ask them to do that, they say like, we have everything, why should we do? It's like it's hard to
they will have everything, but they will not have mindfulness.
yes.
So
Yes. Thank you for your wonderful explanation for the book, as well as your Q&A answers. Like, I love it. Thank you. So let us go into meditation. If I think
let's go into meditation, but I think Lavanya, I should go. So
okay, no worries.
will you be okay to take 10 minutes meditation? Because third chapter has not been ended. So I think we have a lot to cover tomorrow. Next week also.
Okay, sure.
So if you can do the meditation, I'll catch up in the next session.
Yeah, next session, yes, we can do your meditation with your chakra guided thing. Yeah.
Thank you, Lavanya, and the Australia team. I really love you all. So, bye-bye.
Thank you, Sohana. Yeah, enjoy. Bye. Masters, let us do a quick 10 minutes of meditation. I will share a music. Masters, take your comfortable posture. We'll form a circuit within our body by crossing our legs, clasping our fingers, and placing it on our lap, and gently closing our eyes. And observing our breath. Kindly observe your breath, my dear masters. By observing our breath, we will be able to tap our subconscious mind, as we discussed in our class. Kindly observe your breath, my dear masters. Kindly observe your breath, my dear masters. Kindly observe your breath. Kindly observe your breath, my dear masters. Okay, masters, bring back your awareness to your breath. Gently rub your palms. And place the warmth of your palms on your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Take your time, my dear masters. Thank you, masters. Thank you for joining in today. Hope you had a good meditation. Thank you, masters. Thank you, everyone who have joined in today. And I will see you tomorrow. The next coming Sunday. And we can also catch up today in our 41 days group meditation session. We'll see you there. Thank you. Thank you.